Hey everyone, what is going on? It is BradPhusion here, and welcome to Phusion Industries, a new series where I will be showing you guys stations and ships of all sizes that I have created in Creative that will be accessible via the workshop for you guys to download and play around with. So, in the last episode, which was a re-engineering episode, a lot of you guys suggested that I make this into a new series where I simply just create ships for your liking. And so today I have gone out and created the first episode of Phusion Industries, where I have created the Rapier series, including the Rapier MK1, the MK2 and the MK3, which I will be showing you guys today in this video. Again, this will be up on the workshop. Now, I know that the previous world hasn't been uploaded on the workshop, and that was because it was giving me a few errors saying that the world itself could not be uploaded. Now, I have no idea why this is, but I have a solution which I will tell you guys at the end of the episode. So, again, the Rapier series. Let me explain what the word rapier means for anyone who doesn't know. The word rapier, or a rapier itself, is actually a sword, a small, sharp sword that is used mostly for fast, agile stabbing attacks or thrusting attacks. So essentially I base my ships around this concept. A small yet fast ship that is capable of doing quite fast hit and runs tactic type attacks. So let me show you guys the MK1, which is the first variant of the Rapier ship I ever built, hence why it's called the MK1. So let me walk back up to my dock here and let me show you guys the MK1. Now, admittedly, this isn't exactly a small ship. This was the first prototype I had ever made, hence why I am showing it to you guys here today. This isn't the Rapier ship I was looking for, but it was still a general idea of what I was trying to accomplish. A fast yet agile ship, as you can see by all the thrusters it has all over it, and it has decent enough hardware or weaponry that it could probably easily take out a target in a matter of seconds, depending on its size, of course. Now, again, this is the MK1, and I didn't really feel like I liked this ship too much. I mean, it looked kind of cool, but it wasn't small enough, it wasn't dealing enough damage, and it wasn't fast enough, so I decided to expand upon it and try to refine my creation, hence why you have the MK2. Now over here is the MK2, and as you can see, it is a lot smaller than the MK1, and it even packs more firepower. The first MK1 has only 2 Gatling cannons and 2 rocket launchers, as with the MK2 has 4 Gatling cannons and 4 rocket launchers, dealing double the amount of damage, and probably double the speed actually, because of its half size and the amount of thrusters it has all over its body. This again was a great ship because it outperforms the previous variant in all regards. It even has more gyroscopes on it, with the first one having 3 I believe, and the MK2 having 6 in total, meaning it can turn around quite quickly and shoot anyone who is pursuing it, which is a great tactic, I should say. So again, the MK2 is a wonderful ship, but I wanted to refine it even further, and the only way I could think of really refining this design was by making it smaller and making it unmanned, hence why you have the Rapier MK3, which is the smallest Rapier ship available, which packs the same amount of firepower as the MK2, just that it is slightly smaller, and I think it is around about the same speed. It just is better in the sense of its size, and you guys can see it up close right here, and also it looks like a badass, so it has points for being a badass, which is way more badass than any of the previous ones, so this is just a ship of badassery, which I think is perfect. It doesn't have as much armor because I wanted to keep it as lightweight as possible, and I could even have gone with a layer on top, however I didn't want to, because I wanted to keep it how it was. Now the MK1 isn't survival ready, however the MK2 and the MK3 are, because they have a container on the top that accesses a conveyor system that connects all the weapons and the reactors together. And the Rapier is probably a little bit more noticeable here with the conveyors you see up the middle, and it has a series of reactors on the side, and the conveyor connects the Gatling cannons and the rocket launchers all together as one. So again, survival ready if you guys are willing to play it. Now you will need a certain mod. I think the only mod I've used so far in this has been the Azimuth Master Pack, which you guys can see right here. I did use this in the first video, however I did use something different in these ships by using the AZ fusion reactor, which you can kind of see on the inside. Not really too well from the front, but you can see it more so on this one over here, and even on the design over here as well that isn't exactly finished. So this is the AZ fusion reactor. I'm not too sure what it runs on exactly. I'm pretty sure, because I know it's not a normal reactor as it doesn't just run on uranium, but I could be wrong. It's a fusion reactor, so you guys are willing to try it out and see what resources it takes. I personally haven't tried it out, but I do know that these ships should work in survival, being that they have conveyor systems all over it. Now here we have the MK1, which I will be taking out for a flight in a second, and then we have the MK2 early stages. This is where I had the layout for the weapons that I actually really liked, and I wanted to expand upon this design. So you guys can see here that it has the weapons connected via the conveyor system at the back here. And the Gatling cannon is right there. Now you can see that if I remove these thrusters here, like so, you can actually see that the rockets here are connected via the same conveyor system, like so. So that is exactly the design I was going for, something that was compact and packs a punch, which this here does, and it does quite well. So again, this is the early stages of the MK2, and I managed to refine it down to this one here. Now it does have a little bit more armor than I probably would have liked, however it does cover up a lot of the basics, and it still is actually quite fast because of all the thrusters it has on the back. The backside is probably the one thing I don't really like about this design, but I didn't want to go with any larger thrusters. That would probably have ruined it because they would have been sticking out too much, and the ship itself, compared to the size of the player, is actually really quite small. So yeah, very small, very fast, and packs a hell of a punch. And then you have the MK3 over here that is even shorter than I am, I believe, and probably only 2 persons long if I was to try to lay down beside it like so. Maybe 2 or 3 people long, I think maybe 2.5 actually. But yeah, a very small ship that is quite maneuverable itself. So I figured, let me show you guys these out for a flight. So I'll fly the MK1, the MK2, and the MK3. I won't worry about this as this is only a prototype. I mean, it does fly, I think. There's only the thrusters on the side missing now. But other than that, it does fly. So let me take out the MK1 here. So, inside the cockpit, you guys can see that it is, well, it's rather bulky, admittedly. You can see the gyroscopes down below. I think, let me see, this one has 4 gyroscopes. The other one has 6, but with the 4 and the extra weight here, you guys can see that this here weighs nearly 60,000 kilograms, which is quite a lot of weight. So let us see the speed of this as I take it off. So, there we go, and again, like I said, this is the first design, and you guys can clearly see that it isn't as fast as it should be, being the fact that I was designing a fast, agile ship that should be capable of reaching high speeds rather quickly. This ship here, however, does not, though admittedly it's not exactly a bad ship because of the amount of thrusters it has all over its body that easily make it perform quite tight maneuvers like that without scratching the rock too closely. Yeah, the thrusters on the side do help it rather well, as they do instantly push it to the side when you need that little bit of thrust there. And again, rather bulky. I didn't really like it too much because of that, hence why I made the MK2. So let me fly this back here, and I'll land it and take out the MK2 for a spin. Again, it's weaponry. You can see the 2 Gatling cannons on the front there firing. Let me go to a different view so you guys can see that a little bit better. So there they are, firing like so. And then you have the rocket launchers on the outside, firing as they do like that. And that is extremely loud, wow. Let me just quickly check the settings here to make sure that's not blowing out the sounds. Okay, there we go, that's extreme. I don't know why that's making that sound. Anyway, let me fly that back. Let me take out the MK2 for a spin, shall we? So, up here, up and over, and perfect. I'll just leave this just up here because I don't really, I'm not really going to worry about too much. Actually, you know what I can do? To show you guys the weaponry and just maybe how quickly this take out something, let me just fly this over towards the moon. Actually, I'll fly towards the moon at a speed of maybe 20 meters a second or so. There we go. Not too fast, not too slow. But let me fly back here and take out the MK2, and let me see if I can take out the MK1 with that. So here we are. And again, this one has been made so you can get inside the cockpit without having to use your jetpacks. So again, this one turns amazingly fast, given that it has 6 gyros, and it weighs, I think, a little, it's not so much half the weight, but a little under half. So this one here fires all 6 Gatling cannons at once, which looks amazing from this perspective. And the missiles themselves fire like you would expect. So let's go out, let's do a flyby, and let's see if we can actually turn around and fire back at the ship. So that's going to be our goal right now. So we're going to fly up to it, fly past it, turn around, and see if we can take him out like that. So already we're at 100 meters a second, which is the acceleration I was talking to you guys about before. This is the acceleration I've been looking for, as it is extremely fast. So again, screw you. And you can fire back on your target all you want without having to worry too much about anything at all, which is why I love the ship, because you can easily just do that. So let me slow down here and head all the way back. There you go, you can actually see the MK1 kind of slowly going along here. Let me see how much damage I did with those few rockets here. I don't think I would have done too much damage, but we can still see nonetheless. Let me pull up beside it like so. Slow down like that. There we go. Should be good enough speed. Let me have a look at you right now. Yeah, the cockpit's completely gone. That is the reactor as well that I'm using, as I showed you guys previously. But again, cockpit's missing, the back thruster is missing. I don't know if it's missing too much else. You guys can see all the reactors it has down there. I should have said that as well. It has a backup set of reactors, which is the ones down the bottom, just in case the one on top gets destroyed. It has enough reserves to hopefully fly it back without overloading too much. But again, pretty messed up, and you're missing a front thruster as well. You guys can see the slight conveyor system going through the design there as well. I don't think it connects everything, but I tried to connect as much as I could to it. So let me grab the MK2, head all the way back, and we'll fly the MK3. And you can see that this power output really isn't anywhere too high. I probably have too much power for this ship, hence why the MK3 doesn't have the fusion reactor. Instead it has a series of smaller reactors inside of it. The Rapier MK3 does reach near its limits. I think it's up to 85%. I don't think it goes over that. It did originally, as I had too many thrusters on the back. However, I have actually dropped them down, and yes, I actually removed thrusters from the MK3. Okay, so let me get in here. Let me go and control the Rapier MK3. So this is the perspective you get when flying this thing, and you can see all the Gatling guns firing like so, and the rockets will be firing like this as well. And again, this isn't as fast. Hang on, let me quickly go over to just show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So as you can see, there's only 6 thrusters on the back. Originally I had quite a bit more. I had thrusters in here, but I did remove them simply because of the power usage. However, like I said, you guys are more than welcome to add them back again, like so. So I'll take that out for a flight like it is, just to show you guys, but I think the power will most likely overload with that amount of thrusters on there. But we'll still fly it anyways. So make that all mine, just to make sure. I think it already is actually. And let us go control. There we are. So let us see how fast this thing is, and you guys can actually see it's quite quick already, and quite maneuverable. And there's the overloading I was talking about once you have those extra 2 thrusters on there. Without them, like I said, it performs perfectly fine. And I think there's even no recoil from these Gatling cannons. I think that it is the modder's decision to do that. I'm not entirely too sure why they did it. And yes, of course, the guns are slightly blinding. But I mean, this is a drone nonetheless, so it is meant to be as compact as possible. But it is still quite agile. I don't think there's any tunnels in here. Oh, there is a few. Look at that. There we go. You can just kind of squish in here. I could just imagine a ship full of these little guys, because like I said, I mean, to have 4 Gatling cannons and 4 rocket launchers on a ship, I mean, that's a massive amount of damage just from something so tiny. And again, this is survival ready, so this is almost perfect for anyone who wants a small ship to defend their station. I might even build one in my own survival world actually, just because of how small it is to manage. Let me just try shooting the larger one just once, just to see what will happen. So there we go, there's that, and then there's just a bit of Gatling gun fire here. Let's show you guys a little bit better demonstration. But damn, does this thing tear it to pieces? That's actually quite surprising, and sorry, epilepsy warning for anyone out there who has that. But again, a lot of damage dealt just from that one missile. We'll go and get that guy there as well, and that guy there as well. Rather quite surprising how much damage that did. That one survive? Hang on. I was going to start flying that in a second anyways, but I'm surprised that last one actually survived that hit. That was a near direct hit from that. Did it lose anything? It lost 1 thruster from that. Really? Wow, I'm genuinely surprised. That was a direct hit from a rocket, and this thing survived. With only a missing thruster. 1 thruster from here. I don't know whether that's a bug, or whether I just... Maybe oh no, it's missing a rocket launcher on the bottom as well. Oh, there we go, sorry. I miscalculated. I missed 1 block. But still, that's genuinely surprising how much damage that didn't really do. But then again, actually didn't do too much to this either, did it? I may have just hit it in a bad spot. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, as I'm going to end the video here, did you guys know that the gyroscopes can now be colored, including their light, like so? If I show you guys just a different color here, let me go with a bluey light. You guys can see that they're now blue, and the glow is blue as well, which is kind of cool. I like the red glow of the gyros. I don't think you can see this one over here, unless because I repainted it. Duh. Give me a second to go back to my red color. I love the red glow of that. That looks really, really cool. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the Rapier ships, the MK1, MK2, and MK3. And let me know what you guys think of the redesign to the station here. And as I mentioned at the start of the episode, about my changes to resolve the whole first world not being uploaded, for any future creations, including, like so for this episode here, the ships of the episode will be put onto the rotors over here and over there so you guys can fly them around like they were at the start of the episode. However, all the previous episode ships will be aligned over here, like you see the first episode ships sitting over here like they are. So come the next episode, all the Rapier ships will be lined up along here as well, and the newer ships will be on the rotors. Let me know what you guys think about that idea. It might make the world slightly laggy after a while, but I don't think it would run too badly. The more ships I had. I think there might be a limit, but maybe like every 10 episodes I might go with a new world. But again, let me know what you guys think about the ships and the world itself, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome everyone, and thank you guys for watching.